Hey everybody, so let's get into the properties of logs, and how to expand and condense, which probably means nothing right now to you, log functions and natural log functions. A few patterns I want you to notice. All right, so a log function, when you have something being multiplied, you have something being multiplied on the inside, you add them. All right, so multiply is adding. When you have something being divided, dividing means subtract. And this goes back to properties of exponents, if you watch that video or are familiar with them. And then when you have a number being raised to the power, that power comes in front. Let's talk 1 minute about how these relate to properties of exponents. So for example, if we had x squared and x cubed, that simplifies, that's x to the fifth, because you add 2 plus 5 is 2 plus 3 is 5. And so when you have x times y, you add them in the log. So still exponents and logs still totally related. If we had x to the fifth over x squared, that equals x cubed 3, because 5 minus 2 is 3. Just like if you had an x divided by a y, you subtract. This guy doesn't really relate. So, so those three things: multiply, you add; divide, subtract. If you have a power, bring it to the front. Okay, let's remember that as we practice. So here, these three things are being multiplied. So we're going to do log 5 to 625 plus log 5y plus log 5z. All right, and the difference between this guy, the first guy with the 625 and the others, is that 625 is a number. And so log 5, 625, we can simplify that. There's two ways we can simplify it. One, we can rewrite it and say, okay, 5 to some power, you can write a question mark or an X, is 625. Or you could do change of base in your calculator, log 625 divided by log 5, and see what that is. Either way, the answer is 4. So 5 to the 4th power is 625, or if you stuck in your calculator, log 625 divided by log 5 equals 4. So this is 4 plus log 5y log 5z. All right, and we had to simplify this guy because it was all numbers. These we can't simplify because there are variables. And here we want to expand it, and so there's division. And so division means subtract. So log y 2 minus y minus log y z plus 7. The end. Okay, you cannot do anything with this stuff in the side because I'm going to go back to this other screen. This just had stuff being multiplied, divided, or a power inside the parentheses, inside that spot. Never did it have something being added or subtracted. So if there's something being added and subtracted in that spot, then you just leave it there. If there's something being divided, like here there was something being divided, or if you have something being multiplied, like on the previous problem, then you can deal with it. But you can't go the other way around. Regarding this, now we could take this guy and go the other way around and write it as one log. Also notice that each time I did this, I kept the base. All about that base. right, so here I'm going to, there's a power, and a power means move it to the front. So I have 3 log base 8, 4 plus x, and that's all I can do because there's a plus here. If there was a multiply like right here, then I would do 3 log base 8 of 4x. Then I could split this guy up and write 3 log 8 of 4 plus 3 log 8 of x, and him right here. I could, it's all numbers. This is 8. It's all numbers, and so what I would do is I would do log 4 divided by log 8 in my calculator, and then I would do times 3 because it was times 3, and so I would get 2 plus 3 log 8x. Okay, so a couple things we noticed right here was there's a plus or minus inside, can't do anything, but if there's a multiply or divide, you can. And if it's all numbers, like here, in that other problem, you just have to simplify it. But if there's a variable, you can't simplify it. Same thing. I don't know why I added that thing. Right, this means log 3, 3a minus log base 3 of b. I did minus because of the division. And then we have this 3 mean multiplied by the a. A multiplication means add. Log. Ugh. The a does not come first. Okay. Okay, and that's at the top. Minus log b. Okay, log 3 of 3 is 1. Right, so that's my answer. All right, so see if you can digest that again. All right, so the 3 and the a are being multiplied, so it means you need to add them. And then we have to simplify this. You can simplify it by thinking, okay, the 3 and the 3 are the same, and that's 1. Or you can type it in your calculator, log 3, this big 3, by the log base 3. It'll tell you 1. And then the others we can't simplify because they have variables, a and b. We did division because, we did subtraction because of the division. Do another one. Right here, okay, log 6 x squared 5 minus log 6 squared 6. All these are numbers, so we're going to do some simplification. First, log 6 of 6 plus, because it's being multiplied, log 6 squared 5 minus, okay, these two are together at the top, log 6 squared 6. Okay, log 6 of 6 is 1. Then square root 5 is the same as 1/2. Square root 6 is the same as 1/2. I need to change that. Okay, 1 plus, so a power means bring it in front. 1/2 log 6, 5 minus 1/2 log 6 of 6. Can I come up here? Okay, so I have 1 plus, okay, I'm right here. In my calculator, I'm going to type log, I'm going to do change of base. I'm going to do log 5 divided by log 6. That's this right here. I get that. And then I need to multiply by 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by 0.5. So I get 0.45 minus, okay, right here, log 6, that cancels to be 1. And so 1/2 times 1 is just 1/2. So plus 1 minus 1/2. And so I get 0.95. That was a little bit harder because it was all numbers and there was several steps to it. All right, now let's combine. So instead of, so now we have a whole bunch of them and we're going to do it right in one. So, let's pretend this. Right, now we need to take all the front numbers and make them powers. So we have log 4x cubed plus log 4z squared plus log 4w squared. All right, log 4x squared, so cubed, 4 times 4 times 4 is log 64x plus cubed log 64, 4 squared this time. This should be 16. C squared, and this is also squared. Log 16w squared. All right, and we need 1 log. So all of this is being multiplied. Log 64x cubed, 16c squared, 16w squared. It's going to be a really big number. 64 times 16 times 16. Log 16384. And I kind of need to, it should be in ABC order. Sorry, it's not. X3, C2, W2. So if you want parentheses around it, you can. If you wrote, I guess you could get away with this. Log parentheses 4x cubed times 4z cubed should be right there. Squared 4w squared. Like that, you could. I don't know if the if your homework would accept that, but you'll have to look. This is the 16,384 is if you had multiplied all that out. Right here, this means multiply, so this would be ln xy, and that means divide over z. Ln means natural log. What if it said here? This would be ln x, and this means to divide, so it would be y over z. Right, so I'm going to stop this video before going to the next problem, because the next problem is really important and longer than just a minute. So I'll see you in a minute.